as usual, it is absolute trash and proves once again, as usual, that Instagram does not give a flying fuck about their creators or literally anybody that uses this app.
So dramatics aside, sis is right. Instagram sucks now. And I want to talk about this because as a self-proclaimed Instagram addict, it's kind of hard to get a buzz now that it's all janky and messed up. If I'd played the entirety of James's video, which states all the facts in less than a minute, then I wouldn't get the watch time and you wouldn't be on this channel and, you know, the whole internet parasocial exchange. I kind of need you here. But the basis of it is Instagram has in its entire lifetime been taking bits and pieces from different apps and combining it into this special little mishmash of everything. They took filters from Snapchat and then the stories thing from Snapchat, and now they're trying to take away from TikToks with their new introduction of Reels. And I don't know about everyone else, but I got this real snazzy set up edited video of like, hey, we have Reels now, here's a new way to waste your time. And if you already have TikTok, well, here's another place where people can repost TikToks because people don't repost them enough on Twitter and Snapchat and all the other apps enough yet. You know, you kind of need them on all bases. As I've said, Reels are kind of like a recreation of TikToks, which if you are trying to avoid TikToks, like I have been for the past 2 years, and now I would say very unsuccessfully because I am quite tempted to join the app, just a little bit, not to make just to watch them. You know, I'm not sure I would be good with the dances. I don't speak very succinctly, so like cramming all my thoughts into 15 seconds sounds a bit difficult. But then again, I said the same thing about Twitter and cramming everything into 140 characters. So hey, maybe I'll learn. But the point is, Instagram was a place for people to share their pictures of stuff, and everybody was a photographer sharing their life through their lens. And if you weren't doing that, you were watching and seeing what your friends are doing and what your not so friends are doing, you know, spying on them until you accidentally like a picture from 6 years ago and you're like, oop, and they realize you were stalking them because even when you unlike it, it's already sent a notification. But it's also a place for small businesses. So like, you know, on people selling stuff on external sites like Depop or running their own websites. Artists got to share their work with people and potentially reach customers. Musicians got to reach new people through Instagram ads and sharing their music on their timeline. And while Reels can possibly help them do that, it's not entirely helpful if people aren't engaging with the Reels anyway, right? You kind of need the people to actually like the platform for them to like you. It has forced a lot of people into this jam of like, I don't really like this new feature, but I have to use said new feature to keep getting the likes and keep getting the business, right? And the same can be said for businesses who have now had to go onto the shop tab of Instagram, which is very ridiculous because half, if not 90% of the stuff on the shop tab on Instagram is just either drop shipping accounts or fake accounts. Like they'll be selling the exact same top, exact same model, and they have very similar names, all synonyms of each other, and you're expected to believe that. And then it's like $60. I'm not paying $60 for something I have not touched. I'm not paying $60 for something I've never heard of. Okay, like I've never heard of who is going on to Instagram to shop is my point. Like I've said, it's usually a place to go for like visual inspiration. Maybe I just might revert to Pinterest, although Pinterest, because Pinterest, some have said, is like Instagram, but instead you have dead links and you have to type in black girl before you can find anybody who looks like you. But that's besides the point. What is the big deal if an app doesn't work? Maybe we all need to get off it anyway, you know? Maybe this is what they were trying to warn us about in The Social Dilemma. They were like, you know what? At least this one's gone terrible, so it would be easier for you to just leave. You know, just stop them harvesting your data. I mean, but if you leave Instagram, they might put some chip in you in the vaccine. So, you know, watch out for that, folks. I am being sarcastic. Please do not take that out of context. It's important to ask, you know, do we really hate it? I mean, everybody hates change to some degree. People don't like change, you know. Yeah, the posting button has been changed and they're trying to get us to unintentionally click on the old post button and now it's the Reels button, and it's like, you know, maybe eventually we'll get used to it and people will use Instagram and continue using it. I mean, it's pretty much monopolized everything, right? So unless some other Silicon Valley, or maybe someone, please, anyone from anywhere else, I'm sure there are plenty of people who just need a little bit of seed money who can make a way better app that we can all flock to if permitted to do so, because we all know some startups and stuff are just killed. Is it really that big of an issue? Are we just going to complain about it for now? Maybe the complaints have already ended by the time I'm talking about this and making this video. Or is this genuine criticism? Because if you are a person, like I've said, a small business owner who depends on traffic from social media sites to make any sort of sales, any sort of living, you kind of have to adapt to it, right? So what is the solution? I mean, I've seen plenty of posts of people being like, here's the reason why people aren't engaging with your content. You could do this, you could do that. And a lot of it still hinges on the public doing it. Like, apparently Instagram values people bookmarking and sharing more than likes and comments, and even if it is a comment, it values a wordy comment rather than a heart comment that could be construed as spam. That's a whole thing. I mean, every platform has its own thing of like which sorts of interaction it values most, and that's the hierarchy on Instagram. You know, small accounts are sort of having to deal with that, to, you know, compromise. But if we as the audience decide to then leave, then what is it all for? But really, not everybody's gonna leave. You know, it's just a small minority of people complaining. It's probably mostly Black Twitter, because that's where I've seen most of the complaints from, and even then they've seemed to die down. However, I still want to share some of my favorite tweets about it. Instagram boutiques not even changing the pictures they get from AliExpress when they're charging 3 times the price for the clothes they get from it. Mind blown emoji. That's what Instagram gets for trying to be AliExpress. On Instagram, is anyone else accidentally tapping the Instagram shop button thinking they're going to their notifications? I hate it here. I'm gonna be honest with you all. I haven't updated my app in so long. I don't even have Reels. The only thing I gotta deal with on IG is IG reaching my for money, which they won't get because I'm too poor to spend money on ads. Relatable. Capitalism is so innovative that every social media platform eventually becomes the same thing. If you're new to Twitter, I swear it's gonna take you about 3 years to get 100 followers. Excel has stories now, and so does LinkedIn, so you can share with your coworkers just how hard you are working for the man. Do you enjoy Instagram after all the changes? Do you mind? Do you even have Instagram? If not, how do you spend your time? How do you spend your days? Do you read? Do you take walks? Take me with you. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the changes in the comments. And if you do still use and enjoy Instagram, I highly recommend you follow me for some very sparse posts on my timeline and some very random posts on my Instagram story, because I enjoy stories more than actual main feed now. I feel like stories are a lot more interactive, especially with the fact that you can message somebody, you can click the link they've put on if it's like a bigger account that has that. So, and also because traditionally no one looks at stories, I'm a lot bolder and I just post whatever I think to do at the time. I don't really run my Instagram professionally as like a way to promote my YouTube channel or anything. And if you want to see what tweets I see are funny that I occasionally retweet, my own tweets, then you can follow me on Twitter. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. A short welcome to everybody who's joined me on this channel recently. I've recently gotten to 3K subscribers, which is amazing, but also the dread of realizing that 3,000 people know you exist. It's kind of terrifying, but I love it. And I love that you're here. So thank you very much. Have a nice day, and I will see you next time.